Why don't you keep going? What's stopping you from reaching your goals? These are two of the questions that I've been asking myself over the past week, and mainly it's just because I see so many people around me, like almost all of them, that have so much potential, that have that drive, that have a passion, that have goals, dreams, and they don't chase them. They don't go after what it is that they want. They settle. They stop. They don't go after it like their life depends on it. And I don't want to be like that. And I know that you don't want to be like that either. Because otherwise you wouldn't be watching this. But for me, when I've reflected around this, I've found that the main culprits of why I don't go after something, or why I slow down, why I stop, is usually because my mind can get filled with doubt. It gets filled with fear and insecurities because I'm human. I do listen to the people around me. I do get affected by what other people say, even though I know that 90% of what they say doesn't matter. What everyone around you says shouldn't affect you. If you know yourself and you know that what it is that you're going after, what it is that you want is meaningful, then why would you let someone's opinion stop you? That's one of those questions that I'm like, why would I let the thoughts of someone else hinder me from reaching my goals? Why would their perception of my dream stop me from going after it? Why would their insecurity around that it's hard, that it's difficult, that it's challenging, why would I let that stop me? I'm going after it because I want it, because I know that it's worth it, because no matter what happens along the way, I'll either get better, I'll fail and pick myself back up again, also getting better, or I'll reach my goal, essentially. Those are like the three options you have. You either fail, and then you learn, and then you fail again, and then you learn some more, and then you get better until you reach your goal. Or you win, self-explanatory, like, yeah, you win. And basically there is no third option. You either win or you win, but maybe it takes a little longer. You know, those are the two options that you have. But it's so easy to get caught up in worry, in fear, in the self-limiting beliefs that we can get stuck in. The doubt, the fear, those feelings, those thoughts that gnaw at you, that they try to bite your head off. They sneak in slowly. You usually don't think about it. But after a while, you realize that the thing that you were so passionate about in the beginning, the thing that you were going balls to the walls, full force, doing everything you could because you loved it, because you knew that this was what you were meant to do, you now haven't touched for a month. You now haven't done for even a week, even a day. You've let go of the very thing that you wanted the most because of what some other person said about you, what some other person thought about your dream. They said, oh, that's impossible, oh, that's challenging, oh, it's gonna take you ages, and you let that deter you. Meanwhile, if you just didn't care, you just did not slow down, you didn't stop, you have momentum. You're moving towards the very thing that you want. You're getting after it. You already have, even if you don't have a plan, as long as you take action and you get a little bit better every single time that you do the thing that you want to do, you don't let anything stop you, no matter what the excuses in your head say. You might have the whole, like I had for the longest period in my life, the whole, I need this camera before I can record a video. I need this microphone before I can stream on Twitch. I need this piece of equipment in order to do the thing that I want to do. But in reality, I was just holding myself back because I was scared. I felt so insecure about my own ability that I wanted to eliminate every other possible limiting factor for me. I didn't want the camera to be the thing that held me back. Whereas in reality, that's not the limiting factor. It's my own way of communicating to that camera that matters. I could record this on a fucking potato. And if I wasn't good enough, if my message isn't clear, if my communication style doesn't match you, you still wouldn't watch it. No matter if I recorded it on a potato or the most expensive cinema camera there is, you wouldn't care. Because that's not what matters. It's the message behind it. It's the skill of how you use the equipment. That's what matters. So the next time that you think this thought of, I can do this when I have this thing, just stop. It's a lie. It's an escape you're giving yourself. You're trying to give yourself an easy way out. You're hindering yourself from doing the very thing that you want because of a thing you don't have. Like, why not do the thing that you want to the best of your ability? Okay, fine, maybe some things are a bit limited. Maybe you can't go, say, skydiving because you don't own a plane or a parachute or what have you. Find something similar. Find something that is an alternative, that gets you a little bit closer to that dream, that lets you feel the same emotions, even if that just means that you lay down in bed and you imagine doing the thing. Because that gets you closer to it than not thinking about it at all, or doubting whether I can't speak, whether you'll ever do that. You see? If you don't even dream about it, if you don't even see that you can do it in your head, if you let doubt and you let fear and worry stop you, or the thoughts of other people, the lack of equipment, some other excuse that you have, like insert blank here, if you let that stop you, why? Why don't you try? Why don't you do the minimum that you can? Because if you do, that means you're moving further in that direction than any of the people around you, any of the people who doubt you. Prove them wrong. Prove to them that no matter how small the steps you take, you keep moving forward. Prove to them that you can, that you're able to. Prove to yourself, most importantly. It's usually harder to motivate yourself by proving to yourself that you can. It's way easier if you have somebody who doubted you, if you have somebody who said you couldn't, who said that this is the wrong way, this isn't how it's meant to be. It's way easier to be looking at them going, I'll show you. And if that's what it takes for you to just move a little further, to take one more step, then please, just please try. Just take one more step. Even if that just means one more second of the thing you want to do, that you do one more second of it. Do that. Do the smallest little thing, but don't stop. Because once you stop, you let your dreams die. And do you really want to look back at yourself 10 years from now, going, I wish I started, or I wish I kept going? Because it's... While fear and insecurity feel like shit, it's difficult to handle. It feels impossible to keep going or to start when you have that in your head. Regretting not doing it is 10 times worse. It's so much worse. Even though I gave up on some of my dreams, I never stopped. I dreamed about being a professional photographer when I was younger. That was the only thing that I wanted to do as my professional career. I wanted with my whole heart to shoot photos for a living. That was my thing. That was what I wanted to do. I spent 2 years religiously posting one picture every single day on Instagram. And by the end, that's when the doubt started to creep in. That's when the fear started to get in my head from my family telling me that this isn't realistic. You can't be a photographer full time. It's way too hard. It's way too challenging. You'll have way too much competition. You can't survive on this. I let that get in my head and I stopped. And the funny thing is that what happened 6 months after I stopped, that's when I start getting calls. That's when I start hearing people who wanted me to shoot photos for them. If I just kept going, maybe I wouldn't be sitting here. Maybe I would be a professional photographer by now. But I moved on from that because I let the doubt creep in. I let the doubt get in my head and tell me that you can't do this. So I moved on because that's around when the pandemic hits. And I started streaming on Twitch instead because in the beginning of COVID, I had been seeing so many amazing study streamers. Since I was sitting at home studying myself, I wanted some motivation. I wanted somebody along with me when I was studying. And so after watching study streamers for a while, I thought to myself, this helps, but it's not enough. I need more. I need that accountability to where I can't just walk away from my screen and pretend like I'm studying like I had been. So I started streaming myself, which has been the most fun ride of my life. And the co-working community on Twitch is absolutely fantastic. And I love it to this day. I may not be as active anymore, but I love it nonetheless. And so that's when I started streaming on Twitch. So I moved from photography to streaming until I realized that my journey in university wasn't gonna last too long. Since the math, I was banging my head against the wall. And so instead of keeping on doing that, I faced the reality that I have to do something. I have to earn money. So I started working full-time instead. And when you start working a 9 to 5, you don't have a lot of time. So streaming became my weeknights sleep deprived state of being for a while. And again, it's so much fun. I love it so much. but I know that it wasn't gonna last long term. And that's sort of what brought me here. That's what led me to YouTube, because YouTube's also been one of those dreams that I've had since watching PewDiePie when I was a kid. You know, he sort of brought up that dream that if he can do it, then so can I. And that has never died within me. I've always dreamt about being a YouTuber, but it's taken me a while to get to where I am today, as you can tell. So, what am I trying to say here? I'm essentially trying to say that no matter how slow it goes, no matter if it seems like you're going in the wrong direction or if it seems like everyone around you doubts you, if you want it bad enough, don't let that doubt creep in. Keep moving. Do something that moves you a little bit closer to where you want to be. Take one more step today that gets you even an inch, a millimeter closer to where you want to be. Because you won't doubt it tomorrow. You won't regret it 10 years from now. Even if 10 years from now you've made a minuscule amount of progress, you'll have proved to yourself that you can stick it out. You'll prove to yourself that you've got persistence. You've got that drive. You can do anything, no matter the odds against you. And that's what matters the most, is that you prove to yourself that you're capable. And along the way, you learn so much about yourself. You learn so much about what it is that drives you, what it is that allows you to go to the next level, that allows you to get over yourself, get away from the doubts, the insecurities, the fear, and allow you to go even just a little further. That's what you win from not stopping. So ask yourself, why don't you keep going? What is actually stopping you from reaching your goals? Are the excuses that you've made actually the thing holding you back? Or is it just in your mind, as it was for me? Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you in the next one.